Hi guys, it's Lisa from newlifeontheroad.com with part 3 of our series of what David's doing for the front bus cupboard. You'll need to see part 2 and part 1 to understand where we are at the moment. So continue on, David.
Okay, I've marked all of our points with the spiling batten as I showed you before, just to work it out for myself. I've just crossed out each point as I went through. That way I know I've got them all, and it makes it a lot easier to distinguish one from another. In marking the points out, if there's a corner, which I note on the spiling plate, I mark the corner appropriately on the piece that I'm cutting to. Here I've got a couple of vent housings that I've got to go around because they're straight lines. I've marked them in already. Now that all our dots are on there, we've got all of our references. Oh, one more that I haven't told you about. Inside the internal overhead of the bus, there's a couple of gables already in there. Because I'm putting cupboard doors in, I don't want them to land on those gables. Otherwise I'll be basically coming into a vertical wall. So I've marked those gables when I had this plate up in the front of the bus, and I've now put marks to indicate those on the finished piece. That way when I draw out the doors and work out where they're all going, I'm not going to hit anything I don't want to hit. We've got all that there. It's just a matter of taking the plate off. You don't necessarily have to screw that on, but if you don't screw it, clamp it, or whatever you can to make it stay still. Sometimes when doing it on metal, we used to just put a few tack welds on there to hold it on there. This one doesn't matter if I put a few screw holes in it, because we're actually covering the whole thing with hull lining carpet as we go. Now I've got my able-bodied assistant Cameron here.
Hey Cameron.
Hello.
Stay there. Now many of these lines, if you look closely at the dots, you will see are curved lines. We then have to use a batten or something flexible, but not too flexible, that we can get to curve around and follow those dots so that we can draw it in. Here I've just got a bit of tongue out of a bit of flooring, a strip of timber or metal, or whatever you've got will do. Now I'll straighten this out and curve it round. Just a little bit of adjustment, you'll see I've hit all of the points. So Cameron, if you could carefully, without pushing that around, draw in those straight up and down with a pen, sweetheart.
What do you mean straight up and down?
Yeah, like that, all the way around to from one lot of fingers to the other. Now back to the other, all the way back here.
Can't really reach.
I'll climb up. Try not to push the pink thing. Hold it down with your finger, other hand. That's it. All the way through to my fingers. That's it. Stop. Okay, now we've drawn the more gentle curve in. We've got a tighter curve on the ends. So for that, I'm just going to use a 600mm steel rule. It's quite flexible, but it will also hold its shape. So if I follow the last 60 or 70mm of the first line, push this around the corner until I get most of my points. If you're going to miss a point, tend to make it a bit larger rather than smaller. So if you're going to miss a point, go outside rather than inside. There we go. Cameron, if you can draw that in for me. Could be the shape that you're actually getting it off's not a fair line. Hold on, stop. Or it could be that you've just slightly incorrectly done one of your points. But if you make it bigger, it's easier to take some off rather than try out it on later. There we go.
Good job, Cameron.
And that's basically it. I'll do the same at the other end, and then it's a matter of cutting the shape out and test fitting it in the bus, which we'll show you later.
Thanks for watching, guys. That was part 3 of our technique that we're using to make cupboards at the front of the bus. We shall shortly have part 4, and you will need to see the first 3 parts to make sense of what we're doing. So thanks for watching. Thanks, Cameron, for all your help. See you next time. Bye. Cameron, bye.
Bye.